Good morning, family, and welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today's Saturday, August 1st, 2009, and today we're reading in 1 Kings chapter 15. And as always, I encourage you to read it for yourself, see what you get from it, email us, and we'll put it on the blog. But we see here in this chapter, there's really a lot of different things going on in this chapter, but what stood out to me and I want to share for Lessons for Life is about King Asa, who it says that his heart was right before the Lord, and what he did was that his mother, the queen, set up an idol, and he destroyed the idol. He removed her from being queen. So that really stood out to me, that his mom, his mommy, whatever, the queen, he removed her from being queen just because she had set up an idol. And the lesson I would get from even just reading that portion is that it doesn't really matter what other people are doing when you're dealing with your relationship with the Lord, because that relationship with the Lord is really a personal experience that you're going through. So you need to be aware of that, and it doesn't matter if you're your mother or your father or your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren, whatever. It's really a personalized experience that you have with the Lord, and that's really of utmost importance. There's something I remember as I was even growing up that my father had said to me. It was some experience that I guess I wasn't quite taken to it, or doing something that he wanted for me to do, and we was in the car. I remember I was sitting in the back seat, and he said, well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And that made me really stop and think. And it's something I remember to this day, that people can do things for you, they can point you in the right direction, but it's for you to then grab hold of it and take the reins and really do it for yourself. So that's something that, like I said, I remember from a long time ago. I still apply it to many different things in my life right now. But it doesn't matter what other people are doing. They can just point you in the right direction, and it's up to you really to grab it for yourself. So even with Lessons for Life is another example. I do these Lessons for Life, and I encourage you, and that's why I do it every morning, for you to read it for yourself, because it's not about you listening to what I'm saying or seeing what I'm getting from it and then just commenting on that, but it's really about you developing your own personal relationship with God, because that's what's going to be important. You can get, and we've said this before in Lessons for Life, that you may get a blessing from the actions of someone else in your life, your parents or your grandparents or whatever. You can have a blessing in your life, but those are temporary. That doesn't affect your it's not your relationship with God. So it's more about your personal relationship with the Lord, and for you doing these things for yourself, as opposed to what anyone else is doing, whether it's positive or negative. As we see with King Asa, his mother built an idol. It doesn't matter about all that. It's really about you make sure you're doing the right thing. So that's why King Asa took the idol down, and he took his mother down from being queen. So that's one of the lessons that we got from this chapter. And like I said, as you read it, there's a lot more. So as always, like I said, I encourage you to read it, because it's about your personal relationship with God, and about you learning for yourself what you see from the Bible, what the different things you pick up as you read the Word. And nothing, we see how it goes in this chapter. We see quite a few kings coming and going. But as even Mommy was bringing up in our Bible study or our family prayer this morning, was that in Chronicles it goes more in depth of some of the lives of these kings. So here you see them kind of just coming and going, but as we continue to read through the Word, then we'll see some of these stories expounded upon, and even about King Asa. And that's what I wanted to share for Lessons for Life, just about that personalized experience that you must develop with God for yourself. Not depending on anyone else or what anybody else is doing, but realizing it's up to you. It's what you do with your life. Okay? So with that, create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we'll talk again tomorrow.